Assalamu alaikum, guys. This is episode 26 of Freshly Grounded. I am here with the big man, 6'5", Sam.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello, people. How are you?
Guys, how are you? I am also well. This is Freshly Grounded episode 26. It's just me and Sam here kicking it with Red. We did a bit of current events. We got things popping. Guys, before we start the podcast, there's a couple things I want to say. Yeah, so I'm going to drop it down low here right now. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. I'm going to change it up.
Yeah, you should.
Right. Guys, welcome to...
speed up a little more.
Sorry.
That's horrible.
Oh, man.
Do something in the middle.
Okay, guys, listen. Here's what's happening. I'm a bit excited, right? Listen. Freshly Grounded is a project that me and Sam are working on, and we've 26 episodes in. It's amazing. The 26 episodes in, we've done I don't know what, like maybe like over 100 hours of content now. Regardless, it's a lot of content, and with Freshly Grounded, as you guys know, it's very, very transparent. The reason we started Freshly Grounded is because it's for many reasons. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that the sole reason is to just do this and never benefit off it. But being straight, the primary reason I started podcasting, and I hit up Sam about this podcast, is because I wanted to create content for people's ears where they can wean off listening to music and stuff. That is the primary reason. We're creating long form podcasts which are like 2 hours long, which means people can listen to it throughout the week, and then by the time they're finished with it, the next podcast will be out, right? And let's be honest, guys, like regardless of what your opinion is on music, nowadays there's 9-10-year-old girls like rapping Nicki Minaj lyrics and not even knowing what they're saying, and the stuff they're talking about is of like high sexual content. It's about like it's just the most disgusting stuff. It's filth. So regardless of what your opinion is on music, nobody can condone that. Of 10-year-old girls, 11-year-old boys like doing lyrics by like Migos and that kind of stuff. So that was the primary reason of Freshly Grounded. And so if you guys want to help us and help us improve the quality of the podcast, help us get our message out, help us spread the dawah, and help the podcast, help us essentially with the podcast, you guys can now. So what we've done is we've set up a page. If you go to freshlygrounded.com/donate, you guys can help towards the podcast. And what it will do is literally all of the money will go into the podcast. So it will help to improve our equipment, improve our quality. It's not something that you guys have to do. It's not something that we are like sitting here like as an appeal. It's just a page that's open. If you guys want to support the podcast or have your bit, like if for example, one person listens to the podcast and because of it stops listening to music, which is genuine emails we have received and we receive on a regular basis, then perhaps you guys might get a small portion of that reward in the akhirah by supporting the podcast in some way or the other. And so that's why we've opened up we've opened up this page. Go to freshlygrounded.com/donate if you want to help the project and support what we're doing and improve the quality of our podcast and yeah. So with that being said, let's go into the sponsors.
So the first of our sponsors are... Do we always have to do 59 first?
But we could do whatever you want.
Let's mix it up. Flavor,
FLAVR. Flavor. The Instagram handle is byflavor, BYFLAVR. Flavor is a 360 marketing machine, social media marketing, content creation. Let's say if you have a business, you want to improve your pages, you want to improve your social media pages, you want an app, you want app design, website design, Flavor does it all. Hit them up. We also brought to you by 59 Wellbeing Cafe. It's 50_9 NINE on Instagram. Honestly, we talk about it in this podcast, but genuinely is my favorite cafe in the world. Tim Hortons is a close second, I'll be honest. But yeah, fresh juice, amazing coffee. They have soy coffees if you're not on this milk thing like me and Sam right now. Fresh snacks, vegetarian food, vegetarian soups, great staff, and a great place to just go chill, and great internet connection too, as I found out.
Did you?
As I found out this week, yeah. You go to 59 this month, the month of September, and what do you get if you quote Freshly Grounded at the till?
What do you get?
September, is it?
Yeah, it's new, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah.
So I haven't thought of anything.
Okay.
So I'm going to decide on it right now.
Okay. And you're going to say?
I'm going to say...
that you get...
a free energy ball with any smoothie you order.
There we have it. A free energy ball with any smoothie you order. And can I just recommend a smoothie, guys?
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
It's done
Ooh.
well.
If you like a Snickers milkshake, but you want a healthy version of it, you gotta get the Rise and Shine. It's got dates, it's got nuts, it's got all sorts.
It's got almond milk.
Yeah.
It's got banana.
It's good. Has it got nuts in it? No.
Yeah.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, that's why I use it. It tastes like Snickers.
Yeah, it tastes good.
It's got peanut butter, organic peanut butter, and the
Crunchy.
Yeah, it is crunchy. Yeah, that's why you taste the nuts.
Yeah.
It's got that, and it's got the Alpro, the nutty milk, almond milk,
Nutty milk, yeah.
nutty milk.
Alright, guys.
We've got Azaha.
izaha.com. Arabic caps, Arabic hats, Arabic clothes. Use freshly grounded in the cart. You get 20% off.
Wow,
20.
generous, mashallah.
I mean, it was 15, and then Sam bullied me.
I know.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I think it's good though, man.
I might bring it back down to 15 next month.
No, you shouldn't.
20% is a big fat chunk. Nah, well, we'll leave it for now.
For the sake of freshly grounded, I think we can do it.
Fine, freshly
Giving
grounded.
away a free energy ball, you know what I mean? It's costly, but for freshly grounded, this is for no one else. This is for the people who listen to this podcast. You have access for that. I don't offer that to no one else.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I'm going to offer that, and it's still 50% off these tote bags. There's a few left, literally. There's a few left. You have these 50% off if you're a freshly grounded listener as well.
Oh, we should take that to Dubai with us, 100%.
Maybe we'll take a new one. It's a bit dusty, isn't it?
Nah, we'll take that with us. Should we take the plants? Guys, we're going to Dubai, but we'll mention it in the podcast. Right, what do we speak about in this podcast, Sam?
We speak about hurricanes.
We speak about hurricanes. We speak about
Roofs blowing up.
roofs blowing up. We speak about cigarettes.
We talk about walking around with one shoe.
We speak about Jannah and Jahannam.
We talk
Heaven
about
and
jinn.
hellfire.
We talk about jinn and shaytan.
Yeah, and how to not be shook.
Don't be shook at the shaytan.
Yeah.
Talk about Tim Humble. We recommend Tim Humble. He
yeah.
has a really beautiful lecture called Wealth Management
and Abracadabra.
and Abracadabra.
But also more. We
Loads of stuff. But the reason
I actually
wealth
watched I watched one of his videos recently called Advice to Teenagers. It was Q&A advice to teenagers, but me not being a teenager was still very, very
Really?
beneficial to me, yeah.
The wealth management one is just makes you feel. We all go through money problems and stresses, etc.
Yeah.
It's just very. It soothes. It calms you down. It's
I really
very
need
nice.
to listen to that one.
Yeah, I think you'd appreciate it.
Guys, we talk about a bunch of stuff. Without any further ado, we'll get into it. This is episode 26 of Freshly Grounded. I am Faisal. On my right is my beautiful brother, Abdul Samad. With that being said, let's get into it.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded,
No, after that bit.
the brand new podcast
And after that bit.
by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Really?
Guess what happened yesterday?
What happened?
Oh, you know I already told you the phone.
Oh, you ate lots of spicy food.
Yeah, we did the spicy ramen challenge at
Yeah,
Morse's
yeah.
house
Yeah.
for Burma.
Yeah. How'd it go?
Bro, they are some spicy noodles, G.
What was it? How did you get them? Where'd you get them from?
Alright, so basically, there's this challenge going on around on YouTube called the spicy ramen challenge.
Oh, was this thing?
Yeah, and people are eating these noodles and they're like snotting up proper, like screaming in pain, and there's eating.
Really?
You have to finish the bowl in it. So Musa managed to source them exact noodles from online, and bro, it's £11 for a pack of 5, bruv.
Is it like hot water noodles?
Yeah. And then you eat them basically, and they're really hot. Now the video's out on YouTube, and we've suffered quite a bit, but we didn't suffer as much as I thought. And I think that's because we cooked them well. We put a lot of water in there, and that would have watered down the taste a lot. So we did it a bit wrong, but it was still extremely spicy. I was snorting, screaming, this, that, the other. It's on Moose's channel now, and bruv, it was just the maddest thing, yeah. But when you're eating them, it's like your first bite, you're like, oh, it's not that spicy, and then it gets to you, yeah. Bruv, it was burning my chest,
Really?
bro. Yeah, it burned your chest. Are you into spicy food?
I like spicy food. Yeah.
How spicy can you go?
How do I answer that question?
Oh,
How
you don't-
spicy?
You don't have the
I haven't
spice.
got a number.
You don't have the spice meter.
6 is it? 6.5.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. What about
6.5.
yourself? What number are you?
I'm like an 8.
No, I can do 7.
Really?
Yeah, I can do a 7. I can do an 8 if I've got something.
I think me and you might have different scales, bro.
Yeah, because you're. We might
What?
have different scales.
Yeah.
You're back,
Let me see your scale.
I'll live at my home.
Oh, okay.
I can go spicy, and I like to be honest. If I get my choice, I like to have some spicy on the plate, but I like to have something to counteract that as well on
Like
the
a
plate.
lemon.
Huh?
Like a lemon.
Nah, like if I'm gonna order a curry, like obviously Gora curry, so it's like fake curry.
Yeah.
I like to have a real spicy thing, like a vindaloo there.
It's mad, bro.
And then
What's a
little,
vindaloo?
Maybe I know. Is that I know. Gora version, isn't it? Vindaloo, and then I'll have a little, maybe a little korma or something there. Just
I don't know these words, bro.
You do.
No,
Come
I don't,
on, man.
bro. I'm so, bro.
Don't be so. Look, you're so go for high horse. You know what a korma is, don't you? And a Vindaloo.
I don't know what Vindaloo is.
Never.
Bro, I've heard of them. Bro, with us Asians, yeah, we just have a curry in it. Like, English people decided to name all these words, and it's like...
You just do just curry.
No, what? How can you not know what chicken korma is, bro?
He is.
No. Recently,
It's a coconut base. It's a coconut.
He knows everything I'm saying. He's pretending like he's really cool.
Wow, we're like, we have a chicken curry in that, yeah?
Strange. You usually refute this because you're really embracing it. Go on. I thought you had like shepherd's pies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm an English boy, innit? I'm a shepherd's pie.
Let me describe it in a Michelin star restaurant style, yeah? A chicken korma is a coconut base.
Guys, we have Red in the building.
Yes, big up Red.
I was here last week too.
Yeah, but
last week you were
in the
mic'd
corner.
up.
Oh, I wasn't. Oh.
No, it wasn't. I listened to it this morning. It was...
Oh yes, sorry.
You were
just before the.
You have to know you listened to the podcast 1 week late. Yeah.
Have you listened to it at all?
I was editing it, so...
Have you listened to it at all?
Not separately from editing.
Exactly.
Right, go ahead, Red. It's actually very rude that we interrupt Red.
Sorry, yeah, it's true.
I'm enjoying this coffee that Sam got me.
Jazakallah khair. It's the first time for a flat white.
Yeah, I haven't had a flat
Does
white.
it taste a bit stronger?
A flat white from a flat white.
It is a little bit stronger than what I
That's a
usually have.
compliment, bro. Like, I'm trying to say you're not chubby.
Okay, thanks.
No, yeah, bro. Right, so you're saying the korma is coconut based, yeah?
Yeah, it's a coconut based sweet chicken curry basically.
And what's a vindaloo? Because please,
I don't actually know
what
what
the hell is a vindaloo.
I think a vindaloo is actually binda aloo or something. It's like a potato curry. It's not actually
Bindi and aloo.
Yeah, bindi and aloo basically. Yeah, but like it became vindaloo.
I don't know what
at some point.
That means like lady fingers and potatoes.
Yeah, that's in there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, so it's bindi and aloo.
It's literally bindi and aloo. Yeah.
Sorry, it's what?
So lady fingers.
Your accent changed a little bit then.
Bindi.
Yeah.
Bindi.
Say
That's
again?
lady fingers.
Bindi, yeah.
Yeah. And aloo is potato. Aloo.
Nice.
Oh, so vindaloo. Wow, you don't just change the name.
Lady
completely. Wow.
You
don't come into our curries.
You named it, bruv. You.
Alright, anyway, listen, yeah. One thing I do know, yeah, is a chicken tikka masala. That is a real curry.
Chicken tikka masala, yeah.
And that's my favourite, that one.
Yeah.
Do you like
masala?
chicken tikka masala?
Yeah. Masala's nice, man.
Yeah, chicken tikka masala though. You like that?
Oh, chicken tikka masala. Yeah.
Mm.
What was that?
It's like chicken tikka, but in a masala.
Yeah, we had it that time. We went for a curry after that. You took me to one of your local freshie gaffs. Where were we? Yeah, we went to that Hoblos evening. Yeah. And we went for some curry afterwards. You insisted on curry. You did.
I didn't take you there because
I said, let's just go get
I'm not from that area. How am I supposed to know? You can't say I took you to one of my local freshie. It took me an hour and a half to get there. It took me longer to get there than you. It took long.
You seemed quite comfortable in that shop. I assumed you might know.
It's my own people, innit? Yeah. So that happened, man. We had the old spicy ramen. Chest is still burning. Stomach still burning. It wasn't a great idea. But we did it for a good cause. We were trying to raise money. We were trying to raise money for Burma. What's happening in Burma? It's awful, man.
Yeah.
I mentioned in my vlog what was happening, but it's just so sad. There's these Muslims in a small. So Burma is obviously. I mean, I know a lot of people. Everyone here probably obviously knows about it because it's just been going around on social media and the news. But in layman's terms, for people listening, if you I don't know, have been living under a rock, there's so Burma is a majority Buddhist country, right? And then there's this small part of Burma which has, I believe, 1.1 million Muslims, which is an extremely small minority. And for centuries and centuries, even though they've lived in Burma, they've never been given citizenship or an identity. So they're just classed as non-people. They're not regarded as people. They have no identity. So I think it was 2016 or 2014. I can't remember, but basically. I don't approve of this. I'm sure nobody does because nobody approves of killing. But there's 9 police officers were killed by people here or something. So basically, what's happening in retaliation? The government are basically saying that everyone there is a terrorist, and they're doing an ethnic cleansing where they're just like women, children, men, just kicking them out, beating them up, abusing them, raping the women. This one 15-year-old sister or 13-year-old sister was saying she got raped by 15 man. like these soldiers and police officers, like it's so sad. And what's happening is they're trying to flee, right? So they're trying to flee to like the neighboring countries, which are like Bangladesh and that. Now, one of the problems is that some of the countries aren't able to let them in. I don't know why. I don't know if they're not able to or if they don't want to. I don't know that, so I won't go into that. But what I will say is that a lot of them are fleeing to Bangladesh. But a lot of these Muslims, when they're fleeing, first of all, they shouldn't have to flee because it's their home, yeah. But second of all, like if I was in a situation where they're burning down houses and all this kind of stuff, they're killing people, they're shooting at us, I'd obviously definitely flee as well. But bro, people are fleeing, and you know, while they're fleeing, they're getting shot at, they're dying. Like there's people mounted. There's right now there's about 30,000 Muslims on like the mountains, which are like halfway between Burma and Bangladesh, just trying to like cross it over. But like soldiers, they've been shot at, they haven't got food and stuff like that, so they can't even eat. So like a lot of them are just probably thinking like we're gonna die on these mountains. You know, and the ones that do make it over safely, one guy he kind of like managed to get his whole family over to Bangladesh, and he said that like he lost his son on the way. His son, I think, got shot on the way, which is really sad, man. But it's really, really atrocious what's happening there, man. And it's so beautiful to see that the whole world is starting to pick up on it and really make it a mainstream issue.
There's a lot of awareness for it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Through, yeah, which is good. I see a lot of people doing a lot of good fundraising for it as well, man.
Bro, Musa put up a fundraising page, and in like one night got he raised like £4,000.
Serious?
Yeah,
mashallah, that's fantastic, man. I don't accept it. Yeah, it's really terrible, man. We need to all just pull together and remember to do our bit, du'as and donations, etc. And it's great you're doing awareness with the noodle challenge. Is that going to be on your channel?
That's on Musa's channel. Yeah, I did a video on my channel which was just kind of explaining in layman's terms about this scenario, because I think like a lot of my following on YouTube, like my vlogs and stuff, it will be young.
I think it's important for you in your platform to let the people know in the way you do what's going on. I think it's important. I don't think everyone is aware.
Yeah,
you say about living under a rock.
Wasn't because
you say about living under a rock. I think like obviously there's always tragedy going on, and I think it is good to be reminded of it.
Bro, I know. I know.
I
should take that back.
For awareness to do fundraising and things like that. It's very good. So it's good that you use your platform to let people know.
Yeah, I didn't mean living under a rock because I myself was ignorant to it until I like chose to learn about it. Yeah. And so what I think it is, bro, is there's so many tragedies going on around us, yeah, that we've unfortunately become desensitized to them.
Absolutely.
And it's almost like ignorance is bliss, bro. No one wants to hear about women getting raped.
I know.
I'd rather not know about it, kind of thing.
But how important is it?
But it's very important to know about it. Yes.
Exactly, you're right. Because it's easier for your heart not to like really look at these like tragedies and accept all these horrible things that go on. But you can't unfortunately you can't do that. You have to look at, when you look at it, that does have an effect on you. And then you remember, like, we as an ummah, we're one body. If one lim hurts, we all hurt. So it's important to remember that and really be aware of what's going on with our brothers and sisters. Well,
yesterday Sheikh Abdul Qadir released a video about it, from Luton. And he was basically saying that one of the major things is that, like,
did him and Dawah,
yeah, he did it with Dawah, man. Yeah. He basically was saying that, like, we should never underestimate the power of dua, because dua is literally our strongest weapon. Like, dua is more powerful than we think. It's the most powerful thing. Without dua, there's no point in making efforts, kind of thing. Not no point, but like, make dua and then make the efforts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's talking a lot about dua, and so we definitely shouldn't underestimate the power of dua. And then secondly, he was saying sadaqah, man. There's a lot of these charities. There's a lot of these charities who are like putting things into action where they're trying to safely go over there and try and like provide food for the ones that have like managed.
How would you safely go over there?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
But there's the charities who are like, I know Ummah Welfare Trust.
Yeah.
Human Appeal Foundation.
Yeah.
No, sorry, not Human. I can't. Human Aid. I don't know.
Yeah. Ummah Welfare Trust and Crisis Aid is what I've been made aware of. Which
they're going over there and stuff. So like, it's positive, bro. People are trying to help. So giving sadaqah and stuff. But yes, it's really sad what's going on. Kind of thing, really.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Dua.
Yeah, man. But moving on to a slightly lighter topic, we are traveling soon.
What do you mean?
We're going somewhere.
Who, you and Red?
Sam and Faisal.
Gambia.
Before Gambia, Sam.
Bristol.
After Bristol, Sam.
Dubai.
Sam, you guessed it. Guys, we're happy to announce that finally, like, we're going to Dubai in
Did you say finally?
Yeah, finally. I mean,
We haven't been waiting for it.
no, but I mean, like, we did want to, didn't we?
What? Go.
Yeah, we
Of
were looking
course.
forward to doing an episode. So basically, you know, we were chatting on the podcast about wanting to do an episode in Dubai, and yeah, man, like we got hit up by some beautiful people, and we're going over to Dubai. We're going over to Dubai.
Alhamdulillah, we're going to Dubai.
Yeah, we're going in about 2 weeks, inshallah. So this is our penultimate episode in the UK. And then we'll be in Dubai in 2 weeks' time. Inshallah, we'll do a couple episodes out there. Our aim is to do at least 2, right?
Inshallah.
Probably get maybe even 3 out there. We'll see.
We'll see.
It's very dependent upon
We have
the
3,
software.
There's a lot of time. Yeah, we'll see. We'll try. We'll try and get as much as possible. There's some special guests out there as well. So inshallah, if Allah wills, we'll have some great guests out there as well.
Yeah, so we're going out there. We're shooting podcasts out there, but there are some special people that we are trying to get onto the podcast as guests. So make dua that happens. Also, if you guys know of anyone that you think could benefit us in Dubai for the podcast, please do let us know. Hit us up at hello@freshlygrounded.com. But yeah, man, are you excited?
I'm excited. So what dates are we going to be out there?
We're going to be there from the 20th to the 26th, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, cool. So if anyone has any Dubai links, anyone knows anyone in Dubai, anyone lives in Dubai, get in contact with us.
Yeah, maybe you just want to come say hi and we can go for Tim Hortons.
Go for what?
A Tim Hortons.
A
Tim Hortons.
What's that?
Have you been to Tim Hortons in Dubai?
No.
Oh,
I've never been to Dubai.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Shut up.
No, I've never claimed to have been to Dubai either. I've never been.
No.
No.
Sam, you're gonna love it. Oh, but you know where we're going? We're not going to like the main city bit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
But you would love the main city.
We've got to do both, don't we? I've got to do both.
Sam, man, if I didn't know, I thought you'd been, bro.
Nah.
Oh, I want to, bro.
I've never been.
Oh my gosh, like I want to take you to so much stuff now. Alright, bro. Basically, yeah. Alright, bro. I thought because remember we were speaking about the balance of Deen and Dunya there and stuff like that. Oh, you were just
I've never once said been to Dubai.
No way, bro. Man, it's gonna be sick. I'm so excited. I'm
Inshallah,
excited.
man.
Now. It's like, bro, the mall there is absolutely humongous.
Akhi, I'm going for other reasons.
I'm just saying it has a massive mall. That's what I'm saying,
shop
bro.
in the mall, man.
I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah,
You
you can fly out, jump out of planes. You can jet ski. You can do it all in Dubai, can't you?
bro,
you
I
can
jet
fly.
ski.
You can fly around the
Bro,
sky.
listen, we'll go jet skiing. Do you know how much jet skiing costs?
We'll discuss off air what we're gonna do.
20 quid, bro.
Really? Why so cheap?
Bro, I was there. Bro, my God.
Calm down. We're going for the sake of.
We are going for the sake of. I'm just saying, bro. Alright, so Tim Hortons, yeah. Let's just talk about Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is a Canadian cafe.
Okay.
You're gonna love it. It's a Canadian cafe, and I mean, what more do you want me to say? But it's in Dubai, and it's got coffee and sandwiches. But it's everything's
You're
halal.
gonna take me to Dubai, and the first thing you'll show me is coffee and sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you feel at home.
I want a bit more culture. I don't want to go to a Canadian cafe.
You're a culture guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I know you're not.
I'm too westernized, bro.
I know you are.
I like to see my own kind of like.
No.
I like malls. And
I'm glad
coffee
where we're
shops.
staying. We're staying in like. Hopefully there'll be locals.
Yeah, we're gonna be staying in some local area. Yeah.
Because I've got various, we're obviously viewing shops at various places all around the city. So hopefully I'll be able to explore the whole thing.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Remember? What's wrong? Well, what?
I just feel like there's so much to see.
Those are districts, isn't it?
But I don't know. Here's the thing, yeah.
I was told there's many different districts, and it's like for what I'm doing, there's obviously certain districts you can and you can't set up and that.
I don't know about that. But so when I was there in October, where we stayed was like in the middle of like the city area. So like so we were around like all like the busy stuff. And so downstairs we had like Pizza Hut and like all of this like mainstream stuff that you'd hate because it's not localized. And then you right?
Yeah, I'm just blowing all the dust off the table.
That kind of sounded nice on the mic. Yeah, so where we stayed was like in the main city area and stuff. Like we were near the mall. There's this one road called the Sheikh Zayed Road, and it's got like all the main stuff on it.
What main stuff?
Just like all like it's like Oxford Street, for example.
Oh, the main shops.
Yeah. Bro,
do you want to go shopping?
Huh?
Do you like going shopping?
No, I don't want to go
swear you
shopping.
hate going shopping.
No, and in Dubai it's really expensive. You know that?
Yeah.
It's got exact same stuff as England. It's just more expensive.
Is it literally that? It's just more expensive.
Bro, like the H&M there is like the same, but like I mean for women they got like
Is it not tax free? Like
But it's not cheap, bro. Shopping in Dubai is not cheap.
I thought it was quite good to shop.
Mm-mm.
I'm not interested anyway.
Anyway, bro.
Have you been Wild Wadi?
Yeah. The water park. It's got a sick water park, G.
It's sick. It's the biggest slide.
I'm gonna take my waterproof GoPro as well. Casing. It's for the footage, bro. For the work. Bro, listen. I'm going there to work. I don't know about you, yeah.
Yeah. That's why. Remember, I mentioned that we're going to go to work, and this has all happened. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But anyway, listen. So
5 days, we can squeeze a little bit of fun, I suppose.
just a bit of fun, G. That's what I'm saying. Maybe a couple water parks, a couple jet skiing, a couple quad biking. Yeah.
Quad biking as well, yeah.
Bro, now I don't want to do quad biking because I've done it in Morocco. I've done so much of it. I don't enjoy quad biking no more. I've done too much of it. That sounds so uptight, but I don't mean that. I've done it twice. That's it in my life. But it's very boring.
Can we go out to the desert?
We can, but it's not very fun. Have you?
I'd much prefer to go to the desert than go to a water park.
Have you been
really,
to Old Dubai?
You wouldn't, bro.
Yeah, I've seen bare people go to the desert.
But it's really not that fun.
Looks fun.
Have you been to the Old Dubai?
You do feel like Sahaba. Go ahead.
Old Dubai.
Go ahead. What the heck? You haven't got the authority to speak to him like that.
Like the
Go ahead.
Like the bar.
Redwan, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was saying that. Have you been to?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
That was natural instinct as well. That was horrible.
Have you been to Old Dubai?
I haven't, bro.
Have you been to Old Dubai?
Yeah.
What's it like?
Good street food.
Is it?
Very good street
but
food. That's something.
local.
That's something that you guys would like.
Yeah, that's something. I
No,
would
not
like.
me.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The
I mean, that's
old
what Sam would like.
traditional-
I'm
Yeah,
British,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't-
British as well, but I like a bit of culture.
Yeah,
Alright, listen
the-
to this shit. Listen to this, yeah. Oh, can I just finish the one thing I'm trying to say? This is what I'm trying to say. I was in Dubai for about 7 days. I can't remember exactly how long. Let's say it was 7 days. For 6 of those days, I stayed in this hotel, which was in the city. And then what I realized that we accidentally booked it 1 day too short. So we had an extra day, 1 day and 1 night.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't make sense for us to just stay awake because it was a night time. So we had to book another hotel. So we thought, there's no point. Alhamdulillah, when we went, our hotel and stuff was paid for. Because someone brought us out there. And then, so this time, so when we had 1 more night, me and my wife, we were saying there's no point for 1 night booking this hotel again because it wasn't amazingly cheap. So we said, let's just book a cheap hotel on the outskirts. And that's it. We only staying there 1 night and we're going to the airport in the morning. So we're like, all right, fine. Booked a hotel. So for 1 night, we stayed in the non-touristy place. And I found it very difficult.
Why?
Because there was no it was even little things like trying to get a taxi was really hard. There was everyone there was just locals, which is nice,
Yeah.
but it's difficult.
Yeah.
No, there's no way to get taxis. We couldn't get anywhere. It was very far from the city where a lot of people spoke English stuff. Maybe I was just I don't know. Maybe the area I chose was really bad. Maybe it was
You had a bad experience with locals.
for 1 day.
Yeah, for 1 day. It'll be okay. We'll do
But
both, man.
I'm looking forward to this time because this time we're there with a host, and I feel like we're gonna.
in his home and stuff as well.
From what
so-
I've spoken to this brother, I feel like we're really gonna get looked after nicely.
Yeah, he's a lovely brother, man.
Lovely
Mashallah,
brother,
really,
yeah.
really nice brother. Man, bless him, man. I
mean-
told you I saw him at Eid Salah.
Yeah.
Had a little catch up with him. Very, very lovely guy. Have
Really?
you listened to his tone of voice when he speaks?
Beautiful tone of voice.
Really nice to
May
talk
Allah
to,
bless
man.
him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to being
Really
in
easy
his
to speak
presence.
to as well.
Huh?
Really easy to speak to.
Yeah, really beautiful brother, man.
But yeah,
Mashallah.
guys, make dua for us while we're out there or before going out there and stuff. Inshallah, it's gonna be very beneficial. Especially granted, we are actually going out there for work, But I was just saying to Sam beforehand, we're there for 5 days, but a lot of the time, I'm literally gonna be just sat inside editing. We're gonna shoot Freshly Grounded pretty much the same day we land, so that we can still get an episode out to you guys by Friday, inshallah. Depending upon internet and exporting and that kind of stuff. But we have every intention of having the episode out by Friday, so there shouldn't be any glitch in our uploads. But yeah, if that's the case, we're gonna be filming on Thursday. I'm gonna be editing for a couple hours on Thursday. I'm gonna be exporting on Friday. I'm gonna be still doing my daily vlog, so I'm gonna be vlogging every single day there. So I'm gonna be editing every single
You
day.
do daily vlogs.
Right now, for the last couple week or so, I have.
Really?
Yeah, it's been really impacting me really well. Alhamdulillah. So
Yeah.
yeah. I've missed 1 or 2 days, but generally, yeah.
I can imagine doing that.
Mm.
But obviously, you're selecting times of your day that you're putting on it, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. Bro, when I'm with my wife and at home, I don't vlog.
Of course.
So
Just when you're here and you're out doing bits and pieces.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. So yeah, exciting stuff.
Every people must love that. The everyday thing, people must love that.
You can put it into your routine, innit? Like while you're having your breakfast, watch Little Old Phase. Some say Big Old Phase.
No,
Some do.
do they?
Mm.
So you are big face now.
Nah. But we're losing
Just
it.
a phase.
I'm just a phase. That is just a phase.
Yeah.
Bro, I was in
The gym?
no, that's a rare thing for
Do
me.
you ever vlog in the gym?
Nah, man, not really.
Why is that?
Loads of different factors. Yeah.
Sorry, Karen.
So I was in like just on the outskirts of London the other day, and I was in a
Near your house?
yeah. I
You-
was still inside London, but just in the outskirts of it.
right.
Now, not near my house, near Onley's house. Anyway, the point is, there was a new coffee shop on Onley Street,
Yeah.
and I really fancied a soy latte.
Yeah.
So I said, Onley, I'm going to grab myself a soy latte. Went over to this brand new coffee shop, and what it made me do is I don't want to backbite. No, I'm not. I'm just talking about the business. I'm talking about the people. Okay, I'm going to try my best to keep this as halal as possible. What it made me do is it made me appreciate 59 so much. Like, bro, when I say it's the best coffee shop, bro, like, I get so excited for when you're going to have a bigger store. Because, bro, 59 is sick, bro. Like, from the branding to, like, the rustic vibe to, like, the staff that work there to, like, the personality behind the brand. Like, bro, I went to this brand new coffee shop that clearly has a high budget as well. Like, they wasn't basing it off. I'm not saying you based yours on a low budget, but what you did with, like, whatever budget you had, which I don't even know about, like, you smashed it, bro. Like, Allahumma barik. And I'm assuming that you didn't spend like 10 million pounds on it. Do you know what I mean? So this coffee shop that I went to was much bigger. And clearly had a much larger, like a very large budget, but you could tell because there was just a way that
You can tell it.
Right.
Yeah, you can see.
But hated it.
Yeah.
Like it was, they were trying the business. It was trying too hard. Like everything was like very like.
Do you think it was lacking like sort of like heart and soul to it?
Yes, bro.
Because do you know what, I experience this all the time, man. I always go and check out other coffee shops, and I swear you can clock the ones that has got like a big budget and no heart and soul, no real kind of thought behind it, just money behind it, and then you can clock the ones like downstairs, for example. That's got heart and soul in that coffee shop downstairs. I really like the coffee shop. I think it's really great. I think it's really inspiring downstairs. I think they do a good job.
Why is it heart and soul? Because the lady who owns it,
the lady who owns it
is
is there, and she puts her own input into it. And there's just like when they're prepping the salads this morning, it's the same as 59. There's personality behind it. There's someone there who hasn't got a budget where you can afford to lose it. Do you know what I mean? So there's tender love and care to it. Alhamdulillah. But I don't want to go into it because of listening. But I went to somewhere recently near to me.
Was you on the outskirts of London by any chance? In the only house?
I was no outskirts of London, but near my house. And similar thing to 59. Very similar concept. A little bit more like prepped stuff and that. And I was just looking around it, and I was just thinking, alhamdulillah, man, like they've obviously got so much more budget than what I had, but I really love mine, the feeling of it and everything, just like even how they present the menu and stuff. So I think heart and soul in any business is very important, but you can tell, can't you? You can really tell.
So first of all, like the
Is this the one that you sent me a picture of?
No.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that one. No. This was, I haven't seen a picture of this, but like this was like, the reason you could tell it had a high budget is because you could tell that the furniture and stuff was expensive, but it was like hard chairs and all this kind of stuff, and it was very mainstreamized kind of thing. And in the menu for coffee shop, like it's like they were selling everything that could make the money. So it was like a bit odd. I mean, like your menu, for example, has a personality to it. Everything's healthy, veggie, or like it goes with the vibe. But they were saying like anything from like coffees to like pie and mash, and it didn't work because it was just a coffee shop. Like the name of the coffee shop was called something like Coffee and something or something like that. So there's that kind of stuff. Like, and then you go in there, and one thing for me that's very important in a coffee shop, is like I feel like coffee baristas are a lot like barbers, and it's actually quite interesting that you actually have a barber shop and a coffee shop, because the two businesses where I want people like this are only a barber shop and a coffee shop. Everywhere else, I want to be dealt with professionally, but I want to walk into a barber shop and have not be like, hello sir, welcome to barber shop. Like I want to be like, oh, how's it going, bro? Like I sit on a chair chatting like, oh yeah, so how's things going? So, and then like the barber remember things like that I said last time, like, oh, so how was your like, how was it when your like kid went to school, blah blah. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe. And coffee shop likewise, like mate, how can I help? Is if you like, oh, like if you're like, oh, can I get a soy latte? And then like, oh, have you tried our hazelnut? It's proper nice. That kind of vibe, yeah. But I walked into this coffee shop and everyone is wearing a uniform, which is a black shirt, like a buttoned-up shirt, black buttoned-up shirt with black trousers, like a waiter. And I walk in there straight away. I get asked, like this, bro. Like it just seems so out of place. He was like, "Good afternoon, sir. How could I help you? Is there anything I could do for you to?" It's something like really scripted, bro. Like it started with "Good afternoon, sir," and it was like. How could I help you today? Anything you'd like to drink? And I was just like, oh, gee, just like come in with your like, just have like a plain t-shirt on and be like, how's it going, bro? Like, do you know what I mean? How's it going, man? Do you know what I mean? And then I let him in, I asked for something, and it was just so like struck, like it was just, it's not a coffee shop, bruv. Like a coffee shop should be so chilled, so relaxed, and so like not unprofessional, but a bit hipster. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like that's the vibe, man. Like. When I walk into 59, I feel like I'm walking into like my mate's house. Do you know what I mean? And I know it is your shop, so maybe I have like a biased view on when I walk into 59. But I still like when I see like the other customers and stuff. Like I saw it the other day when I was in there, and like a customer walked in, and one of your staff members was just chatting to the customer like about their like A-level results and talking about like, are you going to retake a year then, or are you going to stay here, or like, oh, so you got a year off, so how are you going to plan to use it? And I thought like, that's so nice. Like this guy who's just come in, who hasn't got the greatest A-level results, I'll be honest, probably feels like a lot better for himself now. Like just because he's had a conversation over it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man.
That makes me happy to hear,
may Allah
man.
bless your business. I'm not trying to give it.
I mean, alhamdulillah, man. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Imagine having some bad results and walking to a coffee shop, having a chat about it. Yeah, just having a chat about it.
I was having a chat about it. But did the person make him feel better?
But imagine how awkward it is, like if you're a staff member and someone comes in and is like, "Yo, mate, my results suck, man."
I'd say I've got no A levels, mate. Can't be that bad. You know?
I'd say, bro, listen, that is quite peak.
I'd say you don't even need qualifications, mate.
I say, bro, I'll do you a coffee. I'm not going to give you a discount, and that is peak. But thanks for coming to our coffee shop. I can't
imagine you ever been employed in a coffee shop.
Thanks for coming to the Faisal Coffee Shop.
I think you have to have certain social skills to work in a coffee shop.
Hey sir, welcome to Faisal Coffee Shop.
Faisal Coffee Shop?
That's a good name.
That's a horrible name. That's a really horrible name for a coffee shop.
Hi sir, welcome to Faisal Coffee Shop. Can I get your A-level results, please? Hi, I got a DDE. Oh, that is... Sir,
so you're
what's your name, sir? My name's Greg. Hi, Greg. Listen here, Greg, man. Your A-level results suck. Yeah? You're not getting a free coffee, definitely. I'd probably be more likely to give you free coffee if you got, like, better results, to be honest. But with them results, it sucks pretty bad. I'm not even going to give you the soy latte you asked for. I'm giving you full-fat milk. Just because... I don't know.
So you're letting everyone know
a bit more
who's listening to
expensive.
Freshly Grounded, if you haven't got A-levels and qualifications, they're not... What?
Getting free coffee.
No free coffee. But if you do have it, you get a free coffee.
I'm just saying it's Greg, currently.
What happens if Simon came in and he had 3 A stars?
I have a friend called Simon.
Okay, fine. What would you say to him?
I'd say, Si, listen. First of all, I love your ginger beard and your ginger hair.
You're horrible how your mind works.
Bro, Simon has ginger beard, ginger hair. I'll show you a picture of him right now.
I'm talking about your friend Si.
You asked me about Si.
We're doing examples. You said Greg. I said Simon.
Simon's got Birmingham accent as well, so he's at Brum, so he's like, he'll come in and be like, alright, Faisal. I can't do it. That's how I'm Australian. Alright, Faisal. That's just, I don't know what that was. Anyway, I'll be like, right, Si, listen, what were your A-level results? And he'll say, look, my A-level results were great. I got A-star, A8. And I'll say, listen, bro, that is amazing. Money's very important in this day and age, though, and you're not going to get a discount.
So no one will get treated any different.
I mean, if you came in, you'd get a discount.
How much?
You'd get a strong discount.
Of?
Because I get discount 59. Did you know that I get discount 59 or not? Your staff was giving me a discount. I shouldn't have told you that, innit? Because now you're probably going to be mad at them.
No, because I think I've been keeping a little side note of how much...
I owe you.
I'll bring the side note out in Dubai.
I always say to your staff, oh, how much was that? And they'll say, for you, and they give me the price. I'm like, oh, that's very kind. Sam must have.
I think at the very beginning when I first met you, I might have said to someone, look after him.
You regret that now.
I put my heart in front of my mind.
May Allah bless you, bro.
I mean, but
Don't-
as soon as I get back to St Albans, I'm changing.
That money will benefit you in the akhirah, inshallah. So you double think
benefit me in
before
Dubai, baby. It's going to benefit me in
Think
Dubai.
about that. Nah, in all honesty, guys, A-level results, you know, if you did bad, you did bad. If you did good, you did good. A-level results don't really matter. Sam didn't even have any GCSEs or SATs, and he sat next to me, and I said it's quite a successful lifestyle.
Yeah, do you know what? I definitely do promote, if you're doing your exams and stuff, I definitely promote doing as best as you can, working as hard as you can. But remember, if you do fail,
It's not the end of the
It's
world.
not the end of the world, far from.
I agree with you, man.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I know firsthand.
Of course.
Yeah. I fell back a year during my levels. Went
Really?
back. Yeah, and then I did them again.
So did you
so
do,
my
is
first-
that a whole other year that you did again?
Yeah. Okay. Let's put it this way. Yeah. In the process of completing my studies, I lost almost 3 years, and I still carried on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you finish. You don't compare yourself to other people.
Mm.
You know.
Race against yourself, innit, Red?
Huh?
Race against yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. So first year of AS, so AS and A2, that's the 2 years of A levels. I messed up my AS levels in my first school, and I just transferred to another school just for change, and then did it again. Came out with better results. Went to uni. Did a foundation year because I didn't have background in mechanics, and then did engineering, and then fell back another year after I broke my leg in my second year, and then did it again. Still carried on.
I'll read that. If you came to my coffee shop, Red, probably get a discount.
Huh?
Probably get a discount in my coffee shop.
When are you going to open a coffee shop?
Me? Faisal Coffee Shop.
Are you gonna call it phase? Just phase? I think you should just call
Just
it.
the phase.
I think you should call it.
Faisal's Coffee
You
Shop.
call it a chaiwala.
Chow.
Maybe I should call it 58. And call it 59's little brother.
I had a friend of mine.
Imagine if I got it at 58.
I had a friend of mine when I was 16.
Mm.
My first job, I made friends with a new family that had moved across the road into the new shop. They had a cafe, and I was really inspired by this cafe. It wasn't great, but I was really inspired by it.
Yep.
And the name of it was Number 18. Number 18.
Okay, yeah.
And to be honest, that was a big inspiration for 59. Number 18. I love the simplicity of it. It was literally just called Number 18. Did really horrible bagels, vile paninis, average coffee. And they changed everything. And that's just a milkshake shop, and they do really, really well. It was called Number 18, and I remember thinking at the time, I really like that name. Now I have a shop called 59.
That is beautiful.
Just a little bit of insight there.
That is beautiful. Why are you laughing? Are you upset? Are you upset at the...
I mean, if I'm honest, I was really, really inspired by that shop.
That's beautiful. I think inspiration is a beautiful thing.
Just telling everyone where the 59 came from. Number 18. So you heard it here first.
Number 18.
Number 18.
Do you reckon Greg popped into number 18 ever?
I doubt it.
Or are you trying to say that he's not clever enough?
No, he lives in Blackpool.
Greg. So Greg lives in Blackpool now.
Yes.
And where does Simon live?
Sorry?
So where does Simon live?
Oxford.
Okay. So how did they meet?
They don't meet. They're two different people.
When they came to the coffee shop, they might have met there.
Separate times.
Okay. Right. Now, but I'm with you with this. We've spoken about education thing for so many times, bro. So it's not even worth going into that much detail. But we're gonna. No, I'm joking. But I'm with you, man. I think maybe because I'm like around so many people who are like so anti-education, I've become anti-education.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Do
Like,
you find you're around a lot of people who are anti-education, yeah?
not anti-education, bro, in the sense that like they hate education, but like I am one of those like typical people who is like I find it hard to recommend uni to people. Do you know what I mean?
Do you?
Like my brother-in-law got an apprenticeship. My brother-in-law, we had to decide between going to uni or getting an apprenticeship, and I was really pro apprenticeship because in my eyes, bro, like what you're doing by doing this apprenticeship in this day and age where a degree really doesn't matter,
Yeah.
where you're spending £27,000 minimum, and at the end of it, you're struggling for a job just like how you would have been if you didn't have a degree, right? And yes, if you wanted to be a doctor or optician, etc., dentist, you need a degree. But aside from those things, if you want to go into business, IT, that kind of stuff, bro, yes, I've also seen it where people who've had degrees have had a head start. So I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But, bro, like I said to my brother-in-law, bro, you do this apprenticeship and you put in a year's worth of work, yeah? And then you got 2 years, you put in a year's worth of work, you gained so much experience, you started getting paid, you can climb yourself up the ladder. In 3 years' time, you can have quite a higher job in your firm. If not, you've got a good experience, you can get a job at another firm very easily. That's in 3 years' time. Now, in the same 3 years, you've grinded, you've been broke, you've been struggling, and now you finally got to a point where you're happy with your life and you're earning good money and you're in a job that you're happy with. But in the same 3 years, your friends who you were at school with have now just left uni and they're about to start now where you started 3 years ago. You now have a 3-year head start. That's how my mind works, innit? Now, it's a very controversial opinion, but bro, it's my pick. Like, bro, Dawood is here, yeah, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying, yeah, he's studying film. What is he studying? Red film? Filmography.
I think he's studying film and videography at Royal Holloway.
Something like that, like film videography, right? Bro, he's going into second year now, so he's done an entire year of £9,000 worth of studying, yeah? And the first couple of weeks here, he said he's learned more than he learned in his first year of uni. Just film, because we've got him filming on the field, bro. Like, he's going to clients and I don't know what that is, a bit of coffee bean in my mouth. He's going to clients, filming clients, editing, and like he's learning off me and Oman, bro. Me and Oman never studied film. Do you know what I mean? But we learn it ourselves. Now we're able to teach Dawood, and Dawood he's learning more like than he was in his studies. And I think that's the kind of thing that a person could do with an apprenticeship. So if you're going to study, I don't know, graphic design, film, stuff like that, like you could, I personally feel like you could learn it better if you were to do an apprenticeship. Now, the other thing is this, yeah, coming from someone who has a brother who employs people like designers and stuff, yeah, Omar doesn't look at people's degrees, bro. He looks at people's skill sets. And so that's coming from an employer. So he looks at your skill set and your portfolio. So if a person has, let's say if you're a designer now, yeah, and your name is Anthony, yeah? Anthony is 18 years old, yeah? Let's call him Ant for sure. I think we're his boy, yeah? Ant is 18 and he's thinking, should I go uni or should I just start my design career now? Now what happens is Ant decides to start his design career now. So what he does is over the next 3 years, he creates design concepts. He does 1 or 2 pieces of work here and there, but he's not really making that much money. But it's calm because Ant is living with his mum. His mum's very understanding. He's still only 18 years old, innit? So it's calm, yeah? So he hasn't got really much overheads, yeah? So he's designing, but what he's doing is he's designing concepts, he's doing work, he's doing free work for people. So he approaches Menspire and is like, listen, I want to do just free of charge, but I really want to design your guys' new shop front. And Menspire's like, you know what, calm, let's see what you can do. And he's a really talented designer. Oh, sick, yeah, thanks for that. That's dope. Cool. Then he comes to, because of Menspire, he might get a deal with like someone like a bigger company, like I don't know, like the Barbershop Connect or something, which is like a big expo or something like that. Because Barbershop Connect know of Menspire, they saw the Menspire design and managed to get the link, and now he's done the design for Barbershop. It's still free. He hasn't been paid for it, yeah. Because of Barbershop Connects and that the no expos and stuff, he's now done a job for the O2 Arena. Yeah, now, over the course of 3 years. Now, 3 years down the line, he has been approached by a company who wants to employ him because they see his portfolio and be like, Red, this guy's done work for Menspire, Barbershop Connect, and O2. This guy's big and he's talented. That's Anthony, yeah? Now, Stephen, who's been studying design in one of the top design unis for the last 3 years, comes out of uni, hasn't done one concept piece, has done one design for any companies, but he's got a degree. Bro, as an employer, I'm every time going with Ant because I've seen Ant's work, I've seen how his level of success, I've seen how hard he works, I've seen his talent. I ain't seen nothing from Stephen apart from the fact that he's got a degree. Do you know what I mean? So that's how my head works. But I also know that it's not, I'm not saying that that's the correct, I'm not saying it as a fact, I'm saying it as an opinion. It's an opinion. Like, this is my opinion, and I feel like this is the correct opinion, but I'm not saying that this is the only opinion or it's like definitely the correct one. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into it. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, and I generally agree with you. Although my brother is a graphic designer, my brother has got a degree in graphic design, and my brother is in a very, very good position because of his degree within graphic design, and he wouldn't, as far as I'm aware, he wouldn't have got the first job if that degree wasn't there. And what comes with a degree is also a portfolio. So it's not like you finish your end of degree as a designer and have nothing to present of your skill set. Obviously, you wouldn't necessarily have big jobs that you've done, unless you've done private stuff on the way, which I'm generally graphic designers will do. But remember, you still would have a portfolio of all the work that you've done over that course of time, including with your privates and stuff. And I think, unfortunately, Omar is obviously an exception in the sense that he's looking at a skill set portfolio, but in big corporate schemes, they'll be looking almost like the degree is also almost your key to get in the first door, and then it goes from there. So I think there's. If the world worked totally with what you're saying, and I do agree with what you're saying, that would make more sense. But I do feel like that degree is a key for a lot of employees.
That makes sense, yes.
You know what I mean? I think the reality is, obviously, we can't use how Omar is employing his team as how every boss would employ it, because that's the way that I would generally do it. Because it's irrelevant. People don't need to show me, obviously, a portfolio of haircuts I need to see, but it's about the person, the skill set, and you work on the person. But the reality is, I think in majority of businesses, it's almost like you need to see that degree as just to even get your foot in the door, and then they start looking at you.
But I feel like,
because I think that degree shows a lot more. I think they don't. Sometimes they don't. I'm not speaking of any kind of knowledge, but it's not. They don't really even care what you've got degree in. It's to see that you've done that 3 years of studying, and you can be consistent, and you can be an achiever. It's a degree is evidence of being able to achieve.
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not arguing against you. I could just definitely see like from all aspects of it, and it's a shame, but I do feel like that degree is your key, even if whatever you do your degree in is irrelevant what you end up doing as a job, which generally most people I know that have got a degree are now doing something not even connected to their degree, but it is almost like that key, and it's this that the employee wants to see that you've paid your dues and you've grafted officially for a few years, and you can do the same when we bring you into the company, sort of thing.
It's a mark of your resilience.
Yeah.
More than anything, I think.
But I feel like we're fading out of that time of life now where it is a key. I think we're slowly coming out of that. I think that's like the old school mentality that, like, yes, big corporations are still carrying on, but big corporations aren't even like the thing anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like,
small businesses.
Small businesses are the ones who are making more money than big corporations nowadays. Yeah. So I think if you want to be ahead of the time, I personally still think that I wouldn't get a degree, but I agree with everything you're saying. It makes it, bro. I know people in my own family who, because of their degree, have managed to get their foot in the door, and now are doing very well for themselves. Yeah. But it was what the degree got them was that foot in the door.
But how much more appealing is it? Like, for instance, Dawood, how much more appealing, and myself as an employer, is to find someone young who's hungry for it, who hasn't necessarily got all the experience and got not the ego, but all the experience that is now wanting a nice chunk of cheddar. Yeah. You get that young guy who's got this wicked skill set and a passion that all you need to do is drive. They're not going to be. They're going to be living with their parents. They're not going to be having all the stress of bills on their head. That's the value. The young people with the skill.
Very true,
isn't it? That's we're talking about small business. That's how, like, myself and Josh had a recent conversation. And moving forward, that's it. You need the young people with less responsibilities, loads of hunger to work. Obviously, still got a skill set. But they're the workers you need to push forward, rather than the people who've been doing it so long that they expect the world and back. Do you know what I mean? So you're right, in small businesses that is how things are going, but yeah, obviously not in the corporate side.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Red, are we going to do some current events today? Have we got some current events ready? We're going to jump into current events. What do you reckon?
I was going to suggest that. I was going to suggest that a minute ago, and then we started talking about the subject, which was quite interesting. So I'm ready for current events. But just to round that off, I mean, I've said many times, because of obviously my experience, which I think our experiences is really obviously while we have an opinion of things. Of course. My experience at school was horrible. I really didn't enjoy school. I didn't do well at school at all. And I remember the first day that I did a full day work as an apprentice, the feeling I had of entering the real world, gaining a wage, working around in an environment where I haven't got a teacher telling me this, that, and the other. I still had an authority. But that's when, like, I started enjoying life, and I really remember that feeling coming across me, like the independence it gave me, everything it gave me. That's when I started enjoying life. So for people who are studying and they're finding it difficult, it isn't the be all and end all. It's great. I'm not an academic, but if you're in school and you're studying, or university, A levels, whatever, try your best, aim for the best.
Yeah, true.
It can never be a bad thing to fall back on qualifications. So for instance, I definitely support it. But like we just said, it isn't everything. And I think life skills is really the way forward, isn't it?
It
and
is, man.
and almost having a bit of an entrepreneurial attitude where you would just want to go out there and succeed, and
Yeah.
you will succeed. And you don't need a piece of paper telling you you've done anything to succeed. You just need the drive from yourself, don't you? It's simple as that. So don't worry too much. Don't get too hung up on the official documents. Just just worry about your goals and your focus, and you'll get there. Current events.
Current events.
I like that new spin. I like the new spin that Sam just put on it.
That was new.
It was new, right? It's a little like.
At least they know that we don't use a jingle, that we just play.
Yeah.
It's
It's really
natural.
effortless on my behalf, isn't it?
You're effortlessly amazing at it, yeah. Current events, aka
Current events.
events that are currently happening in the world.
What's going on?
Got a lot that's going on at the moment, actually. There's a hurricane.
There is a
massive
hurricane.
One of the biggest so far.
You're talking about
So-
Harvey?
Irma.
Huh?
Irma.
Oh, the one that's coming to Florida.
It's coming to Florida. Yeah. It's category 5, gonna go to category 4.
Man.
Category 1 is the biggest. So like, and there hasn't been a category
Scary
1 in a long time. But it's kind of scary, you know.
Very
We're
scary.
very lucky to live in a country that isn't really affected. I mean, I don't want to
We are
jinx it.
blessed that we haven't got that. I mean, I saw just a quick Instagram video the other day of a town in America. I can't remember where it was, but they'd been completely
Yeah,
flooded.
Texas. It's insane.
Yeah. Was it in Texas? Yeah. I did literally just breeze through it. Ruined, but they was very much saying like there's no insurance covered for anything like that because it was
Yeah.
it was,
Bro,
a, it was a
it's
community
so
that's
sad.
not
It's
a
sad.
flooded community. It's so sad. Like
It's sad.
that's your everything gone.
Bro, in Texas, yeah. So there's this humongous floods happening in Texas, and people just lost their houses and everything.
Yeah.
And schools, nothing can be done about it. It's insane.
But there's 3 now that are threatening like the whole Atlantic
Yeah,
region.
the Caribbean
So
islands.
there's 3
and
like
Florida,
there's
yeah.
3 like literally set out to just tear everything apart.
Subhanallah, man.
Subhanallah. The
Yeah,
power
they're
of-
getting warnings and.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because like last week I asked you guys about like global warming, and
Yeah.
I mentioned Al Gore's movie.
Global warming. What's that? Isn't that man-made thing that exists? There's a
Global warming.
yeah.
What's global warming?
Global warming is various things. It's basically the warming of the Earth's atmosphere due to pollution, thickening the thickening the ozone layer somehow. Basically, the ozone layer got destroyed from the heat as well. What happens is basically from the sun rays gets trapped within the Earth's atmosphere, heating up the entire world, and then the Arctic ice caps start melting, causing more flooding, imbalance in the water, and so
I
on.
heard it's man-made.
Hmm?
I heard global warming was man-made.
It's man-made because the man is causing the pollution.
Oh no, I heard it was a conspiracy. I mean,
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard that it's also a conspiracy
I heard
as
it doesn't
well.
actually exist.
No comment.
It's quite
we
controversial.
spoke about it last week.
Yeah, spoke about it last week.
We
It's
talked
quite.
about like the basically.
Yeah, our take on it was just that we know that it's inevitable that everything's going to come to an end anyway. So
For sure. So it's not like we
It's
should be
not like
like
we should be.
we shouldn't be like
Yeah,
worried on a scientific level that the world
Yeah,
is
yeah.
about to come to an end. We know just by reading from the Quran and Sunnah that it's
Yeah.
coming to an end. Yeah.
I think just the aspect of this is just the loss of life.
But
That's
do you know
all.
what? Do you know what? I mean, I read something. These are all. This is obviously the qadr of Allah that these things are happening, and this all comes from people sinning and doing this, that, and the other. Like it's a real serious thing, man. These things that come, like earthquakes and everything, man. This is all.
Do you think it's just like the karma of humanity?
There's consequences.
Consequences to everything.
I
for
definitely wouldn't
actions,
say it's
bruv.
karma.
No. Yeah, don't you? Obviously not the word karma, but it's
Not
definitely it's
karma.
consequences, man. We forget, bruv. It's consequences. There's
Yeah.
consequences for our actions.
All right.
Without going into it too much, there's consequences, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What am I saying?
I hear that. Saying there's consequences for actions, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Consequences.
a nutshell.
In a nutshell, you're saying actions are consequential,
Yeah.
and there's consequences to our actions. Sam, do you know what in a nutshell actually means?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sam.
Say that again.
Go ahead.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I think I believe the origin comes from, I could be wrong, that what you're saying is so refined and so short that you could write it on a piece of paper, scrunch it up and fit it in a nutshell.
Yeah. I got that. It's like a.
I know what it means, but I'm saying, I know you know what it means. I'm saying like, I believe that's essentially where it's coming
You
from.
can write it on a piece of paper and fold it up into a nutshell.
In a nutshell. I mean, that's what someone told me. I don't know how true that is. I listened to that in a video. It's interesting, isn't it? In a nutshell.
I kind of got that. That's why I said it, because I kind of knew that already. I knew that already.
Yep. So in a
Really
nutshell.
badly cut my finger, to be honest, FaZe.
Have you?
Yeah, and it's got some black in it.
Wait, let me see. Don't Big Daddy Face fix that.
Some black. There's almost some blackness in that.
There is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what you should do? You need to get some tweezers, bro. I know a barber. He might carry his tools on him.
Do you?
Do you carry your tweezers on you, Sam?
I don't carry tweezers anywhere.
Yeah, so
What, you got a splinter?
He's
We've got something going
he's
on
got a
here,
bit
Red.
issue with his
So that's
finger.
why. Forgive me. I've taken the attention away from
That's all right. No
current
problem.
events, nutshell, and all sorts. Because
That's more important.
I've got a bit of dirt and a bit of blood in my finger.
Do you want to
Oh.
go wash that? And we
No,
can
I
take a
don't
break?
want to wash it. I don't want to take a break.
No?
Breaks
You
are
just
for,
wanna get
breaks
out-
are for the week.
You just want to
Dedication.
get in and get out.
No, I just thought, do you know what? Actually, the quadcast is better when there's no breaks.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's not. It's not. It's not.
Last week was great.
It's not healthy. When I walk up and down those corridors during the podcast, is no need for it.
It's not beneficial.
Nah, it's not beneficial.
Alright, in that case, Red, why don't you hit us up with
Another one.
the
Okay,
next
so
event?
And
judging by the look of your phone, Faisal,
Yep.
it looks like you need another one, a
Yep.
new one.
How is it? About a year he's had it like that.
It was in Gambia, that happened.
I can't believe for a tech guy as well that you. Yeah,
Yeah, so the
I got
iPhone
a new
8.
phone.
Huh?
I got a new
I know
phone.
I'm a
You got a new one?
iPhone 8?
No, because it's a new phone to me, but it's not the iPhone 8. No,
iPhone 8's coming out this
I heard
week.
it's the
Weird,
7,
iPhone 8's
yeah.
coming out this month.
I'm not really. I don't chase the dunya like that. I was due an upgrade. They didn't even tell me I could have this, and I had to really take a long time to convince them to give me that. So
Is that a 7?
I'm happy with that, man.
Allah Mubarak.
Good phone.
May Allah bless it for you.
I
Good
mean-
phone. And put barakah in it.
Yeah, I mean,
Make it beneficial for you.
I mean, keep going.
But yeah, the iPhone 8's
I
coming
mean-
out.
Oh yeah, sorry, iPhone 8.
Yeah, September every year, isn't
They're
it?
getting
Yeah,
rid
so
of-
when
they're
is it
getting
coming
rid
out?
of
What's the date?
middle button.
They haven't given a date, but you know, they're
Even this
giving,
one's different.
giving a lot of information about what the
Yeah.
specs are going to be and stuff.
So I think the
Oh,
new
yeah.
one hasn't got a middle button or something. I heard
Yeah, it's just literally
this-
like a.
Oh, yeah.
what
It's a full screen.
full screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. yeah.
because that
Not like it's
must
not
be
been
out
seen
here.
on any other phone.
Yeah, look, you can go in. I
you
really
can.
struggled to get.
That's annoying.
I really struggled with it. You get used to
Oh,
it.
with the
Yeah.
iPhone 7 button. Yeah, when my brother
Bro,
got it
I
last
struggled
year,
so
and
much at first. It was
it's
weird.
really weird.
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
gonna
saying
to
to
lie.
my-
I was saying to Ollie, I was like, "How do you do the screenshot? I couldn't do nothing. I can do it now.
How do you screenshot?
Normally,
You just, really? You just
Yeah.
press.
Yeah, Apple's
Total,
like a
everything's
bit-
normal. Like people listening, like it's not that different. I'm so used to digging my finger into that little.
Yeah. Even the Macs, like the Macs are a bit weird. Like their buttons, they're clicking. What's it called, man? The mouse pad has like 2 levels of clicking.
Oh, really?
It's
oh,
so
yeah,
annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's proper annoying.
But you
So
don't
it's
know
a bit
about
different.
this.
I used to have a Mac. I can't use it anymore. I've got no charger for it. Yeah,
And the chargers are really expensive, aren't they?
yeah.
They're like 60 quid.
It's really
60
expensive.
quid.
60 quid to
It's really
replace.
expensive. So if you have a friend who will lend you a charger, I would definitely opt for
60
that.
quid. I'm gonna add that to my little list for Dubai
If you have a friend who can lend you a charger, it really helps.
for a day or two, but
How long has it been? A couple months.
forgotten.
Would you like your charger back, Sam? You can have it back, bro.
Where is it?
It's just there. It's plugged into the laptop that's allowing our podcast to run.
Okay, you can have it for another week.
Thanks, mate.
Um,
After Dubai,
Yeah, okay, after Dubai.
maybe I'll save up in the meantime and grab myself a £65 charger.
I thought you want to buy a new computer.
Yeah, inshallah.
We should get one. Maybe we need one for this podcast.
I
Don't we?
do. I do. Next time event, Red.
next thing, so be careful with your aerosols left in your cars, because there's been a massive explosion outside of B&Q. So cars just literally blown up because the air fresheners in the car were basically leaked.
How many air fresheners did he have in the car?
Just the one.
One.
Just the one.
And it leaked. But how?
And it leaked, yeah.
So
And there must have been some. I mean, I don't think the engine was started even actually,
Man,
because I would have thought the ignition would have sparked the explosion, but
Yeah.
something else
Something
sparked
would
it.
have had to.
Okay, so let me.
I see
hold
what in
on.
life you
The
got to be
explosion happened after a
proactive.
buildup of gases from the aerosol air freshener was accidentally ignited by a cigarette.
So my man sparked up a gret, blew the dance up, and yeah, is he okay? Before I start talking
One person was injured
Sparked up a
in the
gret.
so
process.
he was in the car,
I don't think he was in the car. I think a passerby
sparked up a
sparked
cigarette.
up a cigarette.
So the for an air freshener. I'm just trying to do the science of it.
Yeah.
How are you going to cause a large explosion?
Leave the science to man like Red.
Yeah, that's what we're talking now. Think about
I
it.
mean,
Let's
I'm
break it
guessing-
down. Even if I had a Lynx can to make that. Have you ever exploded a Lynx can you throw it in the fire, it goes boom.
Okay, well,
Blow a car up though.
aerosols.
You're an arsonist, aren't you?
Aerosols are extremely flammable.
Say that again, my brother.
Arsonist.
I'm a liar.
Arsonist.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, that's someone
Likes
who
fire.
likes fire.
There's reactions that are highly reactive and lowly reactive, and I reckon because of the high flammability of the gases that are in a aerosol, it doesn't matter how much there is, it can cause a chain reaction, causing like
But if
really quick
if the actual
combustion.
explosion of a gas canister went off,
Yeah.
that's that. Did it blow the car up, or did it just blow up? Just a little explosion.
I don't think it blew up the entire car.
Oh, but basically, an
I think-
aerosol blew up in a car
Yes, pretty
by
much.
an outsider walking past something having a cigarette.
Yeah.
Listen, he lit up. He was getting out of Gret, and he lit the dance up. In your words, and the rest, in a nutshell, is history. Really.
Sometimes I think, why do you bother talking?
We are on a podcast, and the primary thing you do on a podcast is talking.
No, I mean,
All right, listen, guys. Here's the situation. Yeah, it's really sad what's happened.
with what?
The car blowing up.
Okay, no, the car didn't blow up. Just an aerosol
It's still,
exploded.
what? So it's not sad anymore.
No, it's not sad. An aerosol blew up. I'm just trying to figure it out myself.
He lost. The guy left.
I mean, the car was left in a wreck. Like
In a wreck?
The roof was blown off, the windshields and
So he
everything.
did blow up the car.
So it blew up the car.
So
Yeah,
it
I think Red's definition for blowing up the car must be different to yours. Because for me, if the roof of a car comes off, the car is most definitely blown up,
Yeah.
and I would give that man a free coffee.
You haven't got the ability to give anyone a free coffee.
If I
Has to
in
come to your
Faisal's
office.
coffee shop,
Use one of your little chemical coffees over there.
I would go into 59 and I'd give that man my discount.
Possible.
I'd transfer it.
You would lose not only your discount but the right to go in there.
I'd transfer my discount.
You can't
I'd
do
say,
it.
all right, D, Greg over here, his car's just blown up. I'm transferring my discount.
You are an insane man.
Can you pass me the contract to do the discount transformation transfer, and I'll just sign the documents and I'll be out of it.
You are an idiot.
And do you know what? Chuck Sai on there as well. Bro, think about this man's lost his this man's lost his air freshener.
mode of transport as well.
He's lost his air freshener on his roof. Poor fella.
Look, it's man.
I mean, because the car's not written off, obviously.
Okay, but how's
So
the
you're
man?
still driving?
No,
The
Is
man's
the,
okay.
is the man okay?
he was injured, but he's
Where was he injured?
Who is the person who lit the cigarette up?
Yeah, how dare he?
I think it's just a passerby, to be honest.
Passerby. So a man got in his car. He was waiting there.
No, the owner wasn't anywhere near the car.
Oh, so the person who got. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, that car didn't. Maybe that car wasn't for him. That car wasn't for him, but it was in his car. Do you know what I mean? Like, who can you
Anything else
say?
on
We got Land Rover Jaguar having electric cars ready by 2020. Like they're literally just gonna do electric and hybrid cars.
Only?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like they're gonna join like Tesla and I think Volvo's in the race as well. But
What
anyway,
you got to do?
Yeah, man, you gotta hate. If it's electric, it's.
Why'd you got to hate?
Huh?
You said you got to hate.
I said you gotta do what you gotta do. I said, hey.
Oh, right. I thought you got to hate. I was like, no.
Someone commented on Moose's video yesterday saying, I do not understand anything that the guy with the hat is saying. I was like, man. Even my own family don't understand me sometimes. How have I got a podcast?
I know. How you? Everything you do is very like you talking.
How is the
and you-
podcast this successful?
I know.
Alhamdulillah.
That's pretty obvious, isn't it?
What's that?
Why is he successful? Man behind the camera.
Yeah, producer
Nah,
Red.
I don't believe that at all.
Producer
I think it's
Colin
a
Red.
lot to do with it.
He
I
has
think it's-
produced 65% of the episodes.
I know. He was there on day one, wasn't
Were you
Yeah.
there on day one?
he? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was. Well,
First one.
Hanan taught. Well,
And
this was when it was.
next phase.
Yeah, this was next phase. When it was still next phase, that's when Hanan came in, did the producing, and I just kind of watched
But we
him.
produce it a completely different way now. We use audition and stuff.
Yeah. He
Saw
did
Hanan
that.
last night.
Did you?
Cut his hair.
Guess what happened with Hanan? Do you want to know?
Yeah.
So
Is he okay?
I had a meeting with Hanan the other day,
Oh yeah, he said.
and his parents have gone on Hajj,
Okay.
and he borrowed his dad's ring while his dad was in Hajj. Yeah?
Yeah.
And we had this meeting,
I
and
tried it on actually.
he gets back to his office, and he's like, "Bro, can you watch your vlog footage back and see if you can find out where I lost my ring?" I was like, whose ring is it? He's like, it's my dad's.
The green one.
Yeah, he lost it.
I tried it. I was wearing it actually when I was doing his hair the other day.
Yeah, well,
He lost it, yeah?
this is not his ring.
Is it a very important ring?
It was a nice ring.
His dad, yeah.
It's a nice ring.
Emerald or something on it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
A little green stone or something. It was nice.
It's nice.
So,
How's Aman doing?
Aman,
Yeah.
he's good. He's
He's
out
good.
here. He's in here.
Who?
Hanan's little brother.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking to him now.
Are you?
We spoke about him downstairs.
Yeah,
didn't we?
yeah.
But yeah.
Is there any more current events?
Not
We did skim through
anything
them. We didn't even let allow us.
What we had the iPhone 8.
We didn't even talk about the iPhone 8. There's so much to talk about.
I don't want to talk about it.
Really?
What do you want to talk
It's
about?
not really the nature of podcast, really, is it?
I don't want to talk about that. Talk about something else.
Okay. There's one last piece of news if you're interested. It's
We're always interested.
we've got there's a pen now that can develop that's been developed that can literally spot cancer in 10 seconds. You don't
What?
have to do
A pen that can
A pen,
spot
yeah.
cancer.
Yeah. It can so you take a blood sample, use the pen, and it takes 10 seconds to process the result, and it can tell you whether
That's a
blood's
positive
cancerous.
direction, isn't it, for pens?
Yeah.
Really positive.
I don't really know how
Pens
long
are really up in their game.
I don't really know how long
It's
it
a big
takes
day
to
for pens.
It's a big day. Pens can figure out where you've got cancer.
Big day for pens.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how long it takes to diagnose cancer or anything, but I mean 10 seconds seems quite substantial.
It's almost quite specific to the cancer, isn't it? There was so many different complex, different types of cancer.
But it's quite mad.
Recently, someone just got diagnosed with cancer who I know, the most healthy person, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, plays
Get
football
anyone.
almost professionally, and he's just been diagnosed with cancer. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of what we live in, the air we breathe, our lifestyles. It's kind of not inevitable, but it's more.
My mum got given the
Okay.
all clear last year.
Alhamdulillah.
for cancer.
Alhamdulillah.
I was about to say, out of three of us, we're definitely going to experience it in our lives. You already have, haven't you?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
mum got given the all clear last year, and this
Alhamdulillah.
month, actually, the day I'm back from Dubai, is the day she has her final operation. So like,
Alhamdulillah.
Operation still, yeah.
yeah, she's got an operation, but she's been given all clear stuff. It's just like a reconstruction. So
Alhamdulillah.
yeah, alhamdulillah, it's all positive, man. Yeah, but she always like, she lives with like this constant fear of like it could always come back.
Yeah, man.
But you can't. I mean, that's just gonna be normal for someone, a cancer patient. Like they're always gonna have that fear, aren't they? So you can't take that away. All you can do is reassure them and just. You have to have
quite a
iman,
difficult
bro.
time for you and your family.
Oh, it was the most difficult time of my entire life. Yeah.
Is that when
Extremely
you
difficult.
on your slideshow you did a picture of you depressed?
Yeah, man.
that
It went
during that
through-
time?
Yeah, definitely. It went
Yeah.
through really, really bad. It was
Really?
literally the hardest time of my entire life.
Serious?
Yeah, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I don't have any enemies other than the shaytan.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I have no love for the shaytan. So
He's your enemy, yeah.
he is my enemy in every sense of the word. Oh, how about this? Do you want to hear this, bro? So I was listening to a lecture recently, and I heard, how scary is this? That the god of the hellfire. Did I tell you this?
Go on.
Oh, bro. So it was saying that the god of the hellfire.
Is that Malik?
Yes, I believe so.
It is Malik. He's never smiled since the Hellfire.
He's never smiled, and also, you probably know this then because
I
that was one
don't.
thing.
Go on.
When Allah created him, he's been created, but he hasn't had the feeling of remorse put inside him or sympathy. So you know how we have that feeling. So when we're screaming in the hellfire and we're like asking to get out and stuff, yeah, he won't feel sorry for us because he hasn't had that feeling put inside him. How scary is that? Like that feeling doesn't exist in him because it's not been put in him. This feeling of remorse, this feeling of feeling sorry, like Allah didn't put it in him.
They're created for a reason, man. That's that. In the people.
Bro, hasn't smiled,
Yeah,
bro.
No.
That is scary. You do not want to see that God. May Allah keep us away from the hellfire, man.
Inshallah.
But another thing I was thinking yesterday is, when we were eating them noodles, yeah, the sauce of the noodles is the hottest thing. I'm drinking it, it's like drinking like scalding. It's like really like.
Think about the food and
Yeah.
water of the Hellfire, man.
The more you drink it, the more like harsh it was getting, and it was so spicy. And the only thing that gave me some respite or some like happiness was that I could drink a really cold glass of soy milk, and it was like really soothing my throat. And I was thinking to myself, I was saying to Musa, I was like, in the hellfire, first of all, the water of the hellfire is gonna be so much worse than this. You can't even imagine, yeah. And when we want something to soothe it, and we want something to cool it down, we're gonna be given water. But that water is going to be scalding water, more so water to drink. So we're never going to it's never going to quench our thirst. I was thinking, bro, imagine, yeah, at that point in my life yesterday, yesterday, the worst thing that you could give me after me drinking that soup is more of that boiling soup, more of that spicy soup. That's nothing compared to when in the hellfire we're going to be drinking water. We're going to be given more of that water, like instead of like a nice cold glass of soy milk. Do you know what I mean? Like, bruh, the hellfire is scary, you know. And you know what? Sometimes we might be guilty of telling ourselves too much about the reward and the beauty of the deen and the Jannah, but we don't remind ourselves of like the punishment
it's
and
the
hellfire.
balance, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
You got like the mercy and the rewards are there, but the punishments and
the punishment is great.
It's that 50-50. It's that 50. This is how we live our life as Muslims, though, man. But you know what? If you're listening to a lecture on hellfire or listening to a lecture on Jannah, do both, because they're both just the opposite extremes, and like you find so much contentment and happiness and joy with the thought of Jannah, like beyond our wildest thoughts. But when you start reading just 2 minutes, you start reading about the Jahannam, it's something like we can't even go near, bruv. Can't even go near it, man.
But yeah,
Like the person who had it all in this dunya and he was dipped into the hellfire for a second and forgot about all the luxuries he's ever experienced in the dunya, gone.
Literally just spoke my mind.
It's mad, man. You speaking about Jannah and Jahannam like kind of reminds me of like the balance of the deen so much. That like this other thing I was listening to this week was saying about how Islam is so balanced, and you know you're not allowed to, like, Islamically, the beautiful thing about Islam is that it's a way of life, yeah? And we've been told, the beautiful thing is we've been given this book and this guideline and this sunnah that allows us, it tells us how to deal with everything in life. There's nothing could happen in this entire life that we haven't been advised on, we haven't been told about, or we haven't been told how to deal with, yeah? How beautiful is that, bro? We've been told, like, to the point of, like, how to go to the toilet, what finger we should use to clean in between our toes, bro. Like, how specific can you get, bro? Like, what other religion does that, yeah? And then, so, obviously, the big stuff in life, if we've been told these little things, imagine how much, like, advice we've been given on the big stuff, like business, like marriage, like dealing with your children, dealing with your parents, dealing with money, etc., etc. And, there was the talk I was listening to, the sheikh was basically speaking about, like, to explain how in depth Islam goes. He said you could literally, from the tip of your toe to the tip of your head, Islam tells us every single thing about every single thing. So he literally started with the toes and spoke and narrated either a hadith or Quran ayah about each part of the body. He said about feet, and then he said about the ankle bone, then he said about the shin, then he said about the knee, then he said about the thigh, then he went up, and explained about how what religion gives that much detail, bro. Like, if someone was to say to me, right, tell me something that Islam says about the ankles, you could tell them something.
Yeah, it's true.
He said the ankle bone is anything below the ankle bone is in hellfire. Tell me something about the shin. The thobe should be halfway between the knee and the shin.
It's true, man.
Like, in between the shin. Like, he
how do we go about finding out the correct sources of knowledge then, bro?
That's something that's hard for me to go into.
Well, how would you go into it? Like, in a nutshell, real talk, in a nutshell. Well, how is the best for people who need to seek authentic advice? Where do you go to get that? How do you know who to trust?
It's hard because it's a question that's like beyond me. But I would like.
No, I'm asking your personal.
My personal opinion, I'd say, like, we're Muslims, yeah. So we have to follow the Quran and Sunnah, yeah, and we have to follow it as understood by the best of generations, which were the companions and the Salaf, yeah, because they're the people who learn directly off the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or of the people that taught him, that he taught, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, and Islam is timeless. It doesn't need to change. It doesn't change, bro. So we don't need to, like. So what we need to do is we need to find the scholars and the shaykh that have studied the understanding of Quran and Sunnah from the understanding of the Salaf. So to find those people is what the difficult thing is for us.
Fine.
Because I can't now read an entire book about Uthman ibn Affan, who was one of the companions, and then now teach you about the deen, bro, because it's too detailed for me.
Yeah.
So I have to probably, what makes sense is me learn from a sheikh who has studied like the books of the Sahaba and the major scholars and Bukhari and all of these imams that have written these books about the Quran and Sunnah. So honestly, bro, like, I can't, bro, Tim Humble is like,
Tim Humble is fantastic.
a go-to guy. Do you know what I mean? He's a go-to guy. And
have you ever listened to his Ever listened to his lecture, Wealth Management?
No, but you told me about it. Can you send that to me?
Yeah, I
bro?
keep on forgetting.
Bro, I've listened to his lecture called Abracadabra.
Yeah, amazing black magic. Yeah,
That is a powerful lecture, bro.
yeah. That's I discovered Tim Humble through all the black magic series and
Yeah.
stuff he's done because he's gone deep. He's gone so deep. He's gone to like, I think Abracadabra covers it when he's about the people who do go to like Umrah and Hajj and go and like what they do with the Qurans and stuff in Saudi. They literally go like people, the magicians.
I haven't searched in that. That was in
Man.
Abracadabra. He spoke about like the history and about how like magic came about into the
right.
UK, into the rest of the world.
There's one
It's
about the
detailed,
black
man.
magic one, and they go into the sewers where they find all the magicians who have like put all the
Subhanallah.
all the Quran, and they find like he goes into black magic on a whole nother level where it would blow your mind, like what the magicians have to do, and they'll show you reenactments in Saudi Arabia of the magicians doing it before they deal with the consequences of black magic. And they reenact it, and it's so interesting, obviously, because it's all like the shaytan is like something, and the jinn and the world of the unseen is something that we really can't comprehend. When you find out like the weird things that the jinn asks the human to do, like even like a tennis ball wrapped in certain things with like maybe a used sanitary towel inside it with a nail in the right place, and
It's
like,
mad, bro. It's mad.
It's mad. Like, it's very interesting. It's good to know. It's good to study it because it will like, make you see things in a whole other way.
Well, a lot of people are scared to learn about this kind of stuff, are scared to gain knowledge on the unseen and stuff. And what would your advice be to those people who almost want to ignorance is bliss kind of thing? They want to ignore it because they kind of shook. What's your advice to them people?
For me, it was how I came into the religion about like, jinn and stuff. So it was a subject that even to this day that I find most interesting. So I really, really went into it. And when you study it, like people say they're afraid of the jinn and they're afraid of all this kind of stuff. Like when you study it and you really learn about it, it's like nothing to fear. And as Muslims, it's so important that we do understand what the jinn is. We understand what shaytan is. We understand everything
You
because
have to know your enemy, man.
day in, day out, he is our enemy, and he's the one. Like even Muslims, including myself, we forget shaytan is there with us, whispering like he's there. There's a plan. He's got a plan. His plan's weak, but he's got a plan for every single one of us to lead us astray, and that's quite a scary thought. And some people might think, right, that's over the top. But real talk, he's got a plan for you. He's got a plan for me. He's got a plan for you, and he knows our weaknesses. He knows like what our desires are, and he'll do his very, very best to. He'll do things best to mash you up.
Bro.
Whatever it is, if it's displeasing to Allah, whether it's bid'ah, whatever it is, he's going to do his best, and he won't rest until your soul's gone. He'll be on your deathbed trying to trick you then as well. And the thing about the unseen, because we can't see it, we forget it's there, and it's quite easy to forget about, the shaitan and all this kind of stuff. But when you learn about it, and you even Tim Humble did a really good talk, Traps of Shaitan. And you clock it, and you're like, I fall into this, man. It's like, so it's a good reminder, and it's something that we should, as Muslims, be like in the know about. And there's nothing in the religion that we should put aside and say, I don't want to look into that bit too much, because we should be very aware of Jahannam. We should be aware of the different levels of Jahannam.
Yeah, knowledge is key.
The different punishments that happen, like because it's only going to scare you off it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Would you say then that the solution to knowing about this stuff and learning about it and not being scared is to increase your taqwa in Allah?
Most certainly, because I was afraid of when I first found out about jinn, and I was dealing with jinn at the time. I was so scared, and every single night I remember going home. This was when I lived with my parents. Every single night I was praying. I was so praying.
Yeah.
I know this might sound a bit crazy, but I was experiencing like I was getting troubled by the jinn. Yeah, these times I didn't have, and people around me saying. Nothing can happen to you unless it's the plan from Allah. No one can hurt you. It won't be able to do it. It can't hurt you unless Allah plans it and all this kind of stuff. It didn't really help at the time. But when you really start understanding, actually, you fear Allah, and these jinn, these shayateen jinn as well, like they're weak and they are afraid of us. Like,
you do the adhan, they run away.
Exactly. There's loads of things you start sort of fatted. You think they're going to chill. Like there's loads of things to get rid of them. They're very weak. They're very weak, but they're very real.
Yeah.
You get me? So it's so important to understand it, because the other thing is like the best trick the devil ever did was trick the world that it didn't exist. It exists, man. Most of the world don't know it, but the shaitan is real.
Yeah. It also triggers something. I was speaking to somebody yesterday about the concept of praying. But we might have listeners right now who are Muslim, because I know we have both Muslim and non-Muslim listeners. We might have listeners right now who are Muslim, but they struggle to pray.
Yeah.
And I was speaking to somebody yesterday who's going through that issue, and I was saying to them, I suppose I've tried different ways of speaking to people when it comes to not praying, because it's a hard one, because it's almost like black and white, like you just got to pray kind of thing. And what I said yesterday is I got to the point where I said yesterday, like, because this person who I know literally said like, I know that it's the right thing to do, but I struggle with it, all this kind of stuff. I literally got to the point where I said, look, truth be told, if you're not praying and you're struggling to pray, you just better hope you don't die soon.
Yeah.
Because it's peak. It's going to be peak. Like, there's no more I can say, like, it's peak. Like, yes, Allah's mercy is great, but is that what you want to bank on? Like, are you literally going to go to Yom Kippur and be like, I didn't pray, but inshallah, like, Allah's mercy. Like, come on, like, tie your camel. Like, yes, Allah's mercy is great, and Allah can judge and do whatever He wishes.
His
like,
mercy is
it's
great.
Allah.
If your salah's not there, He's not even going to look at your deeds for a second.
So, like, don't, like, if you're not praying, it's peak. That's literally it. It's peak. You better hope that you ain't down right now. There's no software putting it. I got to that point yesterday because I've tried software. I just said, look, you just better hope you don't die soon, and that when you do, you start praying, because it's peak, man. And may Allah keep us to be people who pray, because praying, even to this day, I find it hard. I'm not gonna say I find it easy. Sometimes I find it hard. One brother only actually recently bought me this book, and I started reading it, and it's very, very. I haven't read too much into it, but from what I can see, it's very beneficial. It's called How to Have Khushu in Prayer, which is like sincerity. Not sincerity. Sincerity, I suppose, is like one way of explaining khushu. How would you explain khushu?
Concentration, isn't it?
Concentration, sincerity. Yeah.
When you're basically the feeling and everything you get when you're doing your salah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you don't have khushu in your salah, you're actually taking away from it.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's not complete salah.
Yeah.
And I struggle with my khushu, man. I'll be open to admit it, but it's such a beautiful book, and it needs to be worked on. Yeah, man. So. Yeah, that's basically what I might say. And the other thing is, like, this idea of like depending on Allah's mercy, and like I say, we can't take away from Allah's mercy because He's the most merciful. Like, bro, we can't fathom how merciful Allah is in it. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, because you do this, you're not getting into heaven, because that's only for Allah, innit? But what I will say is this, and we've discussed this before on the podcast, and I absolutely am in love with Umar ibn Khattab, yeah, and his story, and I love it so much, bro. Like, because of his fear of Allah was so beautiful and great, bro. Umar ibn Khattab is one of the 10 that were promised Jannah, yeah. Actually, there is numerous occasions in his life where he goes on and you see his fear of Allah and you think, what a beautiful thing. And I'll go through some of them now, yeah. I heard one person tell me about how he said that if everybody in the world was something along the lines of, if everybody in the world was going to heaven, if we knew that everyone was going to heaven and only one person was going to the hellfire, I would say it was me that was going to the hellfire. SubhanAllah. That's how that feels. Another one where it was like, if I knew that only one of my salah was accepted, I'd ask to die right now. That kind of stuff. Like, actually, this one gets me the most, yeah. Actually, think about this, yeah. The Khalifa of the Muslims, yeah. The leader of the Muslims. The one, he's promised Jannah, yeah. He gets stabbed in his salah. That is like a way to go in your salah, yeah. Actually, he, radiallahu anhu, is now dying. He knows he's about to go now. His head is on his son's lap, and he looks at his son. I think may have been Abdullah. He looked at his son and he said, place my head on the dirt, on the ground, for when Allah looks down on me, when I passed away, perhaps He might have some mercy on me.
Really? SubhanAllah.
Akhi, he was looking for mercy to that extent where when he was dying and he's promised Jannah, he's like, maybe Allah will feel sorry for me by seeing my face in the dirt. Like, maybe that might help me in a bit. Like, bro, and we like think we're going Jannah, one-way ticket. Like, come on, man. It's sad, bruv. Look at us. Like, we're not on the level of what we're
Nah, we're in a bit bad condition, bruv.
We're in a bad condition,
we
man.
are, man.
And that's the fear he had.
In a bad condition, man. It's a war with many battles. You can't win all the battles, man. As long as we win the majority of the battles, man. Inshallah, man. It's tough.
It's tough, man. And it's like, you know, sometimes people like our podcast, like when we like cracking joke, we're talking about like, you know, Greg and Simon and that kind of stuff. But the reality is, bro, that like these things we have to touch on. You know, we've got an audience of people who listen to us, and like this is real life. Like the other stuff, we love. Me and Sam, like we're two guys. We love cracking banter. We love having a joke, but this is also reality, and we wouldn't be doing the podcast justice. We wouldn't be doing Sam justice, who comes from St Albans all the way to here. Me justice, who like we both take our mornings out by like not even touching on like the real truths of life, which is like, come on, really and truly, we're here to try and have a positive impact on people's lives, and mostly have a positive impact on young people's lives. So young people listen to this podcast and they think they reevaluate their lives basically. Do you know what I mean? Like people who are, I don't know, trying to live the road life, people who are trying to live a fake life, people who maybe they not open up to the deen yet, and like make them realize, guys, like our goal in life is one. Our goal in life is to get to the next and get to Jannah, and that's eternity, innit? And sometimes you might think, eternity, I can't fathom that, but that's not for us to fathom. Do you know what I mean? Like we've been told the truth is the truth. We believe in it wholeheartedly, and we follow it, and we try and get there. And that means that every single thing we do in life, and I'm speaking as a hypocrite, but every single thing we do in life, we do for the sake of Allah. So if that means we, grab something off the table with our right hand instead of our left hand, because we're told in the sunnah that we have to use our right hand. If that means that when we go to sleep, we sleep on our right side. If that means that, when a brother says salam to us, we give him his right by saying wa alaikum salam. Or when a brother is ill, we go and visit him because he has that right over us. Do you know what I mean? These are the things that we should be doing. Yeah. And it's a shame that we don't do them, to be honest.
It's true. Implement the sunnah as much as you can, because it is beautiful. Even like the small things like how you sleep and stuff, and putting your shoe on the right. All these small beautiful things that we don't really understand why we do it, but remember it all comes from the one that created us, and it's a very beautiful way. Like just following what's good for us, man. You can feel it. You know
the shoe thing, about how like you shouldn't wear one shoe, or you should either wear no shoes or both shoes. The sheikh was saying that there's so many reasons for this the scholars have given, and two of them are this. One is that the justice that Islam has, that you even have to treat your body justly. If you're gonna wear a shoe, you got to wear the other one. If you take them off over, that's out of the justice of Islam. Yeah. Second reason is because shaytan. What is it saying? Shaytan wears one shoe or something like that. But something to do with the shaytan like liking it or imitating the shaytan.
Wear one shoe.
Something like that.
It is something like that.
And then so the student asked the sheikh. He said, "Sheikh, what if I put on one shoe and then I have to take a couple steps and to get to my next shoe, like my shoes are further away, is that permissible?" And the sheikh's reply was, if you can not disobey the sunnah with even one step, then don't even do it with one step. Yeah. Like, what's the point, bruv? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can just avoid disobeying the sunnah, even with just a couple steps, you might as well avoid it. And I thought that's such a beautiful answer, because I was actually thinking to myself, how's the sheikh going to answer this? Because I can't imagine a sheikh straight up saying, that's haram, because that's quite a tough thing to say, because when a couple steps, but then you can't have him say it's permissible. And he just said that if you can avoid it with even one step, avoid it with even one step. And I thought that was beautiful. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to episode 26 of Freshly Grounded. We're rounding this baby up. Next week, inshallah, we should have a guest. And then after that, we're going international. Bye.
Yes, we are. And
we're traveling together
again.
Inshallah.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I need it, bro.
Bro, one thing I'm excited for is to have some 6 seats, because you're so tall. Inshallah, we have some legroom seats.
Yeah, we need to organise.
Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check in the minute we're allowed to check in. I'm going
to extra legroom.
I'm going to try and get some big legroom seats,
To be honest, on a long flight, I reckon they might be a little bit okay.
It's 7 hours, bro.
Yeah, I only struggle on the small like EasyJets and the Ryanair. Generally, the slightly bigger planes, hopefully, will have a little bit more extra legroom.
36 hours before checking.
What's that?
36 hours before checking.
36 hours, 24.
I think it's what is it?
To be able to get extra legroom.
No, as soon as I can check in, I'm going to check here close to the time. As soon as I can check in, I'm going to check online. I'm going to try and get our seats where you got legroom.
Please do that.
If you haven't, I'm going to speak to them. I'm going to say, listen here. I'm going to say, all right, so we're going to walk up to the airport, yeah? Listen, we're in Heathrow, yeah? We've checked in online already. We walk straight to the check-in thing where we've already checked in, but we go to the baggage control, yeah? I say, listen, I'm going to say, excuse me, madam.
Yeah, okay, better.
Excuse me, madam. I don't mean to bother you.
That's nice. That's the phase I know.
I do, however, have a companion here. We want business class, and we want it now. Yeah? We may not have paid for business class, you know? Times are tough right now. We've got families. But are we traveling on business? Yes. Do we need the extra legroom? Is he 6'5"? Yes. So I think we've actually fit the criteria for free business class. and then we'll get the business class.
How do
as
you
well.
speak so fast?
I don't know. So me and you business class, baby. Have you traveled business class? You have, innit? I know you.
Nah.
have.
Nah. Come on, man.
But one time we went to, I think, Dubai, like when I was a kid. We actually got business class because they upgraded us for free.
Alhamdulillah.
For free,
Oh yeah. Same.
Sick.
We had that like 2
So
years
we
ago.
might get that,
Sick.
bro. I'm surprised you haven't got it considering you're so tall. Normally, that with two people, they're like, oh, you could do with the extra space. And you travel a lot.
Expensive, isn't it, business class?
Bro, it's not cheap. I said,
More than double the flight, more ticket.
more double. Have you, bro?
Allow me, bro.
Listen, yeah. So last time you travelled, yeah, I travelled with my wife, yeah. And me being pretentious, yeah, and ungrateful, I said, oh, you know what? It's a long flight. Next time we go, I'm going to book business class, yeah. Thinking, couple, maybe 200 quid more. Thinking, yeah.
Bags, isn't it? It's
I'll
bags
just
more, man.
add a bit extra. Bro, we paid £300 for our ticket,
Yeah.
yeah. You know how much it was for business class?
$3,000?
$3,000.
Really? Good
Yeah.
guess.
10 times more. I said, you know what? Wife of me, we're traveling economy next time again.
Yeah, I mean, my logic is if you've got that money there and you're gonna go away, why spend that much more on just the journey out there? Just put that into your hotel or put that into spending money over there. Like, to spend that much money just on the flight, you need to rough it out.
No, but for you, it's justified as an extra tall man.
Nah, but you can get extra legroom in economy, bro. Economy is not like it's like Rago. It's still very nice.
You know what they might do though? Because sometimes they do is sometimes if there's space, they might give us like a chair or like for two people, give us 3 chairs, so at least you can put your leg up. That would help you, wouldn't it? A bit.
I fly a lot. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I just feel for you, bro.
Just you worry about yourself.
No, I want to worry about you, bro.
You need to worry about yourself more. Last time I saw you on a plane, you looked scared for your life.
What?
The first time
I'm
I saw
not
you
scared
on
of
a plane,
planes.
I was like, "You're right." You're like, "Yeah."
Nah.
You're
I don't
scared.
fear planes. I don't
Really?
fear planes. Yeah,
You were
no,
scared
no,
that
no.
day?
No. It's probably because I was going
Maybe
into...
you just had a lot of seafood, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes, I had a salmon teriyaki.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Alhamdulillah, I don't fear planes.
You don't feel planes. You look
Nah,
scared.
man,
though, I
put
thought.
my faith in Allah. Maybe you saw me because we were going to Gambia, weren't we?
You were scared of Gambia.
And I had never been. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was traveling by myself. Like I know you even had Josh. I mean, you were with a partner. Like I literally was traveling with my J's, bruv. Like I was with the group. But I mean, like, I didn't really know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
So yeah, I was a bit anxious. So maybe you saw me looking anxious.
You looked anxious.
Yeah, and you said, you're right there, bro. And I said, or you might have said mate, or fella. I think you said fella.
Fella?
You right there, fella? I said, yeah.
I would've said bro.
I said, I'm right, actually. That's, wow, what an extremely nice man.
You wouldn't leave me alone for this trip.
Nope, now we're best friends. Now we're travelling again
It's
together.
funny. Did you fear Gambia? Were you worried about Gambia?
I was worried. I was worried. Yeah.
On that same note, you know, I don't know if you've seen on social media, Ollie's been in Russia
Yeah.
with Josh. He was not exposing. He was really worried about going to Russia. He
Was
didn't
he
know what to
bricking it?
expect. Yeah, he was, and he's loved it. He's like fallen in love with the city, and it looks amazing.
What was
they've
he
done.
scared of?
Well, have you ever been to Russia?
The unknown, I suppose.
Yeah, like Russia. Like I think you can like. I won't say scared, but he was.
Obviously,
I wouldn't say he was.
apprehensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apprehensive. Yeah, but he's fallen in love with it.
That's beautiful.
I can understand Russia. You think maybe you associate it with certain things.
Vodka.
No, that's racist.
Oh.
It's a lot
Hats.
of rough, tough thing going. Yeah, it's rough and tough. They did a hair show, and in between each between each barber that presented, there's a UFC fight at the same venue.
Oh, really?
They went from. You'd have loved it. They had a hair performance, then a fight performance.
Really?
Yeah. Mad, isn't it?
Mad.
Only in Russia.
Bro,
Can you believe that? A hair
I
event,
can't.
there's big proper fighting going on.
I can't imagine that.
No.
We should just round up.
We're doing an
Because
outro, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, we'll see you next week, inshallah. Look
Inshallah.
after yourselves. And with that being said, assalamu alaikum. Peace out.
So.